Hello, I'm Mark Sidwell, editor of CapX, and you're listening to Despatch, where we bring you the best writing from our unmissable daily email briefings, straight from the heart of Westminster. Read by an automated voice. Don't miss our podcast, The Capitalist, every Wednesday.
Why the Right Should Back the Oxford-Cambridge Arc, written by James Price, Senior Fellow at the Adam Smith Institute. Government press releases are squalid, compromised little things. You can see the fingerprints from dozens of grubby little hands who have all fought to insert their buzzword or catchphrase in there. Whether they be political slogans, corporate waffle, or worst of all, dog whistles for key stakeholders, they obscure announcements as much as herald them. The projects themselves, of course, also suffer the same malady of too many competing interests and not enough direction. So you could be forgiven for thinking that an update on another government initiative was just such a blancmange. The Oxford-Cambridge Growth Corridor feels like it should join the Northern Powerhouse, Midlands Engine and Silicon Roundabout as a slogan in search of some substance. But despite a Gandalf the White-esque rebrand from the old Oxford-Cambridge Arc, which was scrapped because Boris Johnson wanted to spend money on unproductive areas instead, I think you might be wrong to write this project off. As that noted scholar of investment and occasional gospel writer, St. Matthew, teaches us.
For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath.
But Matthew never had to reckon with Britain's truly demonic planning and housing laws. Oxford and Cambridge host the two greatest universities in the history of mankind. They are being seriously constrained from future greatness by our suicidal planning laws that are preventing critical laboratory space from being built, and pricing the world's best and brightest out of being able to live anywhere near them. If nothing else, this corridor could address that. One enormous development corporation, or else a series of interlinking ones, could break through these sorts of problems, enabling world-changing work to happen in British labs, beautiful houses and communities to be built, and also address major infrastructural shortfalls. At the moment, the only way to travel the 67 miles or so between the two cities is to get a train into London, dodge the crime as you transit by tube to a different part of the city, and get another train back out again. Even to get just 40 miles from Oxford to Milton Keynes, one needs to get a train all the way to Birmingham and back again. Connecting these areas will link up a ridiculously exciting set of technologies and sectors that could genuinely transform the world. This includes so much more than the two ancient universities. There's Oxford's £10 billion investment from Larry Ellison for world-leading biomedical science research. And in Cambridge, there's ARM, the crown jewel of the British tech industry. And that's just the start. There is also the Formula One capital of the world around Milton Keynes, quantum computing and space geniuses at Harwell, defence companies like Anduril and Leonardo, around Cranfield University with its national security focus, and the Culham campus houses world-leading fusion energy research facilities. In short, of all the areas where Britain can hope to steal a march on other nations, we have the best potential of doing so here. If you're still sceptical, the government paper about this project is comfortingly free of DEI buzzwords, and the only environment discussed is a pro-business one. Speaking of which, as with all development, there are trade-offs. The areas into which Oxford, Cambridge and Milton Keynes will grow will contain pleasant land, and as someone who loves the countryside much more than the city, I sympathise with desires to keep it that way. But this project will bring more than economic growth to the area. It will bring vitality, cutting-edge scientific breakthroughs that will save lives and power the future, and the agglomeration effects would prevent ugly urban sprawl in other areas, allowing much of our green and pleasant land to remain so outside this world-beating zone. This strategy is Britain's best chance to escape stagnation, regain the mantle of a world leader, and show the benefits of better planning, housing, and science policy. So, when Britain's inevitable next right-wing government comes to power, they should continue to back the Oxford-Cambridge arc and all the promise and progress it would deliver.
You've been listening to a dispatch from CapX, the unmissable daily briefing on politics, economics, and new ideas. For more writing like this, go to capx.co. That's capx.co. And don't miss the next edition of our podcast, The Capitalist, this Wednesday.